This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school football on the Indiana Sports Network. Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 18 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence. This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And welcome to Terre Haute, Indiana, and the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for this afternoon's HCAC contest between the Franklin College Grizzlies and the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. It's a great afternoon for football. Beautiful cloudless sky, and when I say that, there's not much up there. It's pretty sunny. It's going to be a great afternoon. Somewhere between 75 and 80 degrees is going to be our temperature. You can't ask for a better afternoon for this one. Hello, everyone. I'm Herb King. Travis Nolting, the head coach at Greenfield Central and a past president of the IFCA, is here alongside me today as my broadcast partner. Great to have you alongside of us today, Travis. Let's talk about both of these ball clubs. First of all, let's take a look at, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Franklin College Grizzlies. They come in to the ball game leading the conference, as does Rose-Hulman. This will be a great ball game.
Oh, I agree, Coach. Both teams look good on paper. You've got some great players on both sides of the ball, and it looks like a great afternoon for football. The weather's great, as you mentioned, and sun's out, so you couldn't ask for a better afternoon.
And when we look at both of these teams, they're fighting for a championship in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Rose-Hulman, the defending champion, and Franklin College has been towards that upper level most of the time, but this time they come in at 3-0 in the conference. Rose-Hulman 3-0. This is a pivotal game for both of these teams in terms of conference championship implications.
Yeah, when you look at both these teams on paper, pretty evenly matched statistically. Like I said, some great players on both sides of the ball. I think Franklin, when you look at Franklin, you're looking at the quarterback Ross and the running back Cora. Both kids Tri-West high school graduates, so you know they've been playing together for a long time. Probably even in the youth leagues all the way through high school. So when you build up that relationship there, you know you've got a pretty good group of guys going out there and getting it done. So I think Franklin definitely needs to get a win here to kind of separate themselves. But they, like you said, they go up against a great Rose-Hulman team today.
And Rose-Hulman has come in to the ball game. They lost their opening 3 ball games, non-conference games, and they did that to teams that were nationally receiving rating points. They lost the first 2 of them in very close fashion. The third one, again, Rose-Hulman was playing with backups at the quarterback position, which makes it real difficult. And when Miguel Robertson came back in for Rose-Hulman, they've taken off here in conference play.
Yeah, he's a great player for them. He's got about 1,400 yards in the air, does a great job of leading them down the field. So I think, you know, we're going to be keeping an eye on him today to see how he spreads the ball around to his receivers. And the fast-paced offense they run, could give Franklin problems getting adjusted to coverages and getting lined up.
And when you're looking at Rose-Hulman, you're going to look at Jalen Hobbs as one of the leading guys, along with Daniel Uri and Adam Tice-Salou. Those 3 wide receivers give Rose-Hulman an extreme advantage in the HCAC athletically, in those positions. And Robertson being able to throw the ball so well. The passing game has been really good for Rose-Hulman. They've been able to be very efficient passing the ball. This afternoon, though, Jay Smith and Grant Ruperta, we're going to probably see a little bit more of Jay Smith, the freshman from Evansville, as those two guys will be in and out of the lineup. But Smith is listed first for this ball game. That's the first time he's been listed as a potential starter.
Yeah, when you look at those two guys, two different types of players. You've got a speedy, shifty guy and a big kind of power guy. So be interesting to see how Rose uses them and he gets them involved in the game.
Well, we're looking for a great ball game this afternoon if you've joined us. Again, Rose-Hulman versus Franklin. We'll take our first break. Again, we're sponsored by the Indiana Army National Guard.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And our pregame sponsor for this afternoon's ball game is Culver's, and Culver's is expanding their territory here in Indiana. We'll see a lot more Culver's restaurants going up all over the area, and I know they're one of my favorite places to go eat as well. Our other sponsors for this afternoon's ball game, Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonomo, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. And again, transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And as you watch on your screen, Rose-Hulman getting ready to take the field. And when they do that, they'll get all aligned in a group. They'll run out, touch the center of the field to try to claim that home territory on home turf. And we'll watch Rose-Hulman come out. And you can also see in the background the Franklin College Grizzlies coming out on the field. There's about 6 minutes left to go until we have the kickoff for this one. This is going to be a great ball game. And Coach, when you look at it, this is going to be bad. We're going to call each other Coach all day. It's going to be awful. But Travis, when you look at this one, you're looking at 2 ball clubs. Again, Rose-Hulman has been to that championship territory, and Franklin College wants to get back there. This will be a great ball game of intense rivalry.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. You look at both teams on paper, and both are 3-0 in the conference. They share one common opponent, Trine University, who's very, very good, and they both lost that game. But any given Saturday when you go out there on the field, anything can happen, especially in this conference. So it should be a great game. And, Rose looks like they're getting ready to take the field right now, so exciting.
And with Rose-Hulman again, just not the greatest season right now, except they are undefeated in conference play, and that's the only thing that really matters at the end of the season, trying to hit the national tournament another time. And here come the Fighting Engineers. Again, Rose-Hulman comes into the ball game leading the conference with a 3-0 record. And again, when you're looking at this one, Franklin College with the same opportunity. These two teams almost mirror each other in what's going on. Now, the HCAC, in terms of strength, has won only 4 ball games out of conference. All the teams have had 3 ball games, so They're only like 4-20 on the out-of-conference schedule, so that's been tough. And one of them is Mount St. Joe, who their out-of-conference schedule has not been as good, and Mount St. Joe right now is undefeated as well in conference, so they're totally undefeated and actually receiving rating points in the latest Division III national poll. And we'll see all the captains go out for this one as well. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for Rose-Hulman, as we look at those players.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You are watching HCAC football at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And the officials are going to call the captains out and get ready for the coin toss. And again, in college, it's a live coin toss, a little bit different than they do in high school or other levels of football. Again, very similar to what the pros do. And as we see the captains come out for Rose-Hulman, again, walking out and injured in this afternoon's ball game, you can see, is number 8, and that is Tyler Smith. And again, when we're looking at these guys for Rose-Hulman, some of the players, and again, with injury bugs going on, Rose-Hulman was hit by them early in the year, especially at the quarterback position, where they had both the #1 and #2 quarterback injured in the first 2 ball games, and that really created a kind of a problem running the offense effectively. They've since resurrected that, and Miguel Robertson has really solidified his position as the starting quarterback. Deferred was the original coin toss winner, and when we say that, they'll give Rose-Hulman, and if you look at this, and Rose-Hulman will end up with the football, and we'll get ready to go with this one in just a moment. Starting lineups for this ball game. First of all, for Rose-Hulman, and Rose-Hulman will take the football. Jay Smith is scheduled to start at the running back, Miguel Robertson at quarterback, Adam Tice-Salou at one of the wide receivers, along with Daniel Hury. Offensive lineman, Devin Spradlin from Bainbridge, Ohio. Craig Schletz from Frankfort, Illinois. The center is Kenneth Gibson Jr. He's a junior from Fountaintown, Indiana. Justin Pearson, who's received honorable mention in All-American status here. 6'3", 305 from Manor, Texas will be the left guard. Dylan Page, the sophomore from Marion, Iowa, will start at the left tackle. Alex Griescock, the senior from Havre de Grace, Maryland, is going to be your H-back tight end. And Jalen Hobbs, the athletic one from Spring Lake, North Carolina, will be one of the other slot receivers. For the defensive players for Franklin, again, cornerback Gervasio Mitchell is going to start at one of the corners. Strong safety Michael Loper. Darren Porter at free safety. Kahari Jackson at a cornerback. Their star linebackers Demarion Newell. Cody Wilkerson is going to be the linebacker. Hess, McGrath, Lawrence, Ogle, and Ojada are the starters for that Franklin College defense. And kicking off for Rose-Hulman, Connor Whitesell will pound this one. He gets it deep into the end zone. It'll come back out at the 25, and we'll start there with Franklin College in possession of the football.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Ross takes the handoff, hands it off to Cora. Cora picks up about 3 yards. That's actually a really good play on first down.
Yeah, Coach. He ran downhill with a lot of force to move the down marker up. It looks like they gave him 4 almost. Be interesting to see what they do here on second down.
Franklin College with the football. 2 receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. Ross steps back to pass. First attempt. Throws a little swing pass out, and Cora gets nailed in the backfield. Really nice play that time by Roberts as he gets to him on the edge, and it'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, great job coming downhill on the screen right there, seeing it develop and making a hit. He was probably the only guy to beat if they would have completed it.
Riley Roberts with that play defensively for Rose-Hulman, and that'll bring up a big third down. And again, Rose-Hulman showing a 4-2 this time. Got a man down the middle, pressure, throws it up on the corner, and it's an incomplete pass. They're going to call
there's a flag, Coach.
The hold.
Like a pass interference.
So we're going to have that hold defensively, and it'll end up being a pass interference, but he's signaling a hold, so it'll be a 10-yarder from the spot, and we'll see what's going on here.
It looked like there was a little contact there when he ran the deep out.
You really didn't have to do it either, as there was enough pressure in the backfield to really cause havoc, and Ross kind of threw that one off his back foot. It was a very difficult pass for him just to get away so he didn't get sacked. That'll bring up a first down. Ball rests at the 39-yard line for Franklin College. Tight end now to the top or to the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers. They'll hand the ball inside to Cora. He's wrapped up and for about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, made by a host of fighting engineers there. It looks like number 1.
And again, a nice defensive play that way as Chaiku So has picked up his first tackle of the ball game. A really nice job. And here it comes again. H-back sitting on the left side in a wing for Franklin College, the Grizzlies. They'll run the counter play up over the right side. He's got yardage, picks up 4, 5. Ball's out. And it's out, and it's picked up by the Grizzlies. They pick that one up, and it's a first down. They'll pick up about 5 yards after the fumble, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Cora had a nice run right there, churning his feet out, and Rose-Hulman came in and stripped it.
So a good, solid defensive play, but they just couldn't get their hands on the ball to turn it over, and the drive continues for Franklin College. Setting the offense. Again, H-back to the right side this time in a 2-by-2 set. Ross will steady. He'll hand the ball off, and inside is Corey. Makes one man potentially miss, but again, that 1-yard gain. Roberts again on the play for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, Corey was looking for a little cutback there and wasn't quite there on that one.
Brings up 2nd and 9. Franklin College waiting for the signals. They've got a couple signal callers over there in their quarterbacks, so each team does it a little bit differently. Franklin College using backup quarterbacks. Trips, they'll hand it off. Cora over the right side. He's got room to run. He makes a cut back. He'll pick up 3 or 4, and that's hard running and a good defensive flow by Rose-Hulman as they stop him for a short gain. It's 3rd and 5.
As expected, they're going to Cora early and often here, Coach.
Again, waiting on that play call. Ross will take the opportunity here at quarterback and see what he can do. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 180 pounds is the quarterback, Kai Ross. Garrett Cora They'll play action fake. Ross throws it up, and it is an incomplete pass. That's solid coverage. He was actually double covered. If he went inside, Roberts had him stood up. It'll bring up 4th down. So 4th and 5, they're in almost no man's land. We'll see what Franklin College dials up on this one.
Yes, Coach, you're kind of in that position in the field where, you can punt it and pin him deep or try to go for it and see what you can pick up here on 4th and 6.
And running back wise, they have a different running back in. They have for the last 2 plays. Meyer in. They're going to throw the fade. He's open down the sideline. He's got the ball. No! It's going to be an incomplete pass, and that's a big breakup right there by Rose-Hulman. Turnover on downs as, again, defensive back Tice Miller on the breakup. Rose-Hulman will take possession.
Yeah, that was a great play. He had him beat by a step, and, boy, that was just a great defensive play to save the touchdown.
So, looks like a huge play. He knocks the ball out. Rose-Hulman will run on the field and get this thing started. For Rose-Hulman, Hobbs will be split to the left side. In the slot, number 2 for Rose-Hulman, and that's a little bit different for the Fighting Engineers. 2-by-2 set. They'll run Griescock on motion. He'll come over. They've got the screen. They'll set it up. Good block on the outside. Nice cut. He's in the inside. He's got about 18 yards on the play. A nice catch that time.
Ojada on the tackle.
Hury on the reception. And again, they're the guys. It's Hobbs and Hury. Hury with the football picks up 18. It'll be 1st and 10, Rose-Hulman. 3 receivers to the right side. His handoff inside. And inside, the running back takes it up the field. Nice cut on the inside and a really good run. And the lineman opened that. And Jay Smith, the freshman from Evansville, with the carry.
It was Demarion Newell on the stop there for the Grizzlies.
2nd down, 5 to go for the Engineers. Griescock on motion. He'll set up on the side. Out route on the side. Tice Salou picks it up. He's got a 1st down with about 10-yard gain. Make it 10 yards as the clock is moving and Rose-Hulman is driving the football. And again, very quick pace for the Fighting Engineers. They're continuing to move. Hury and Tice Salou on the left. Hobbs on the right side. They got a crosser. He's open. They're going to throw it out there. He's got the ball. Tice Salou breaks a tackle, and he's in. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. A great pass. Make it 25 yards for the score from, again, Tice Salou with the reception, and a great throw that time by Miguel Robertson for the touchdown, and Rose-Hulman's on the board.
Boy, the fast-paced offense there, Coach, I really think caught Franklin off guard. They were not adjusted to the coverage on that one.
And Rose-Hulman will attempt the extra point. Place kicker is Kyle Reberg. Long snapper is Riley Lopain. The holder is Chase Wilkerson. Set up on this one. The kick is up. Looks good, and it is. Rose-Hulman on the board. It's 7-0 when we take our first break. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
You are watching HCAC football at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Very quick pace and a good opportunity for Rose-Hulman. They score. And again, Whitesell with the pounding kick gets it close to the goal line. He'll pick it at the 2. And it's returned up the middle, and they get him out at the 31, and that's where they'll have the football. Franklin College with the ball when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Cora with the run up the middle. He'll pick up about 5 yards. They'll give him 5 on the carry. That's a good first down run for Franklin.
Yeah, Coach, Cora runs very hard. He had almost a 200-yard game last week. Just a very physical runner.
2nd and 5. They continually move people in and out. Both of these teams are pretty fast-paced, and they'll try to set the matchups. And you can see for Rose-Hulman, Winston Amankwa, the corner, running to the top of the screen. They're trying to go in at him. A nice curl route. They pick it up. A big play. They'll pick up 15. The ball over the 50-yard line, and they're in Rose-Hulman territory as Franklin College with a nice throw and catch.
Yeah, that was number 5, Reyes Moore on the reception there. Wide open in the middle of the field.
Again, waiting on this. Both of these teams, again, undefeated in HCAC play, and this is literally a battle for one of the first place spots in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Ross, he'll take this handoff, give it up to Cora off the edge, and he's hemmed in. There's all kinds of Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers waiting for him on the edge. He'll lose 3 yards, make it 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
That was a great job by linebacker Peter Cross of stringing the play out and creating nowhere to go for Cora there on that run.
2nd and 12. Franklin College with the ball. Now they're behind the 50. They're at the 48. Ross will bring the troops up. Motion across for Franklin College. He's got a one-on-one. No, he's going to run the boot, and he's got a man open on the side. That's a really nice play. He gets close to first down yardage. It's a 10-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
That was number 3, Dylan McKinney on the catch there, junior, 6'1", 180. Good route, good play.
Ball to 41. They have to get to the 39. 2 yards to go here for Franklin College to pick up a first down. Another big 3rd down play for both these teams. Tight end trips towards the bottom of the screen. They're going to run the counter up inside, and he gets nothing. Absolutely smothered right there. They're not going to give him anything. It'll bring out 4th down. Last time at the same spot, Franklin College went for it on 4th down, and they show no signs of bringing in the punt team.
Yeah, again, kind of stopped in the same spot on the field here where, you can try to punt it and pin him deep or really try to get a conversion on downs here.
And Rose-Hulman moved the football very well on their first drive. Big chunks. So here comes a 2-by-2 set. H-back at the top of the screen. They're going to motion him in. Looks to run inside. Quick handoff, and there he goes. Cora breaks through the line, picks up about 10 yards. It'll be first down for Franklin.
So far, been very heavy to Cora. Great running back, runs downhill very well, has good vision.
But I think it's the big guys up front that are really causing the damage for Franklin College. They did a great job in opening the holes and giving him opportunity to run the football.
Big guys.
They'll set it up, 1st and 10. Play action face. They're going for the bomb. They got it in there, and that's a pretty good throw, but I don't think he was able to see the football. And again, that's the wide receiver for Franklin. That's number 3, and that's Dylan McKinney, who just couldn't quite see the football. That was a nice pass.
Yeah, you mentioned the big guys up front, Coach. They've got several 300-pound guys up there and doing a good job moving them off the ball in the run game.
And they seem to be pretty athletic. They move very well, including the right tackle. When you're saying Amani Christopher, a senior, 6'4", 320, and he is every bit of that. Step back to pass. They've got a quick one. They throw it down and a slant and go, and it wasn't there. That'll bring up 3rd down, and that's a tough one because they've thrown the ball twice here. Ran the ball to this point, and all of a sudden they went for a couple big plays. Didn't get them. we're going to have to see what they dial up here on the offensive side.
That was really pretty good coverage by number 6, Ron Schmidt there. Locking his guy down, little contact.
3 receivers now to the bottom of the screen. And with those, Rose-Hulman lines up, and they bring partial blitz. Slant in the middle, it's picked off. What a play on the outside for Rose-Hulman. Number 6 on the interception for the Fighting Engineers is Ryan Schmidt from Katy, Texas. He picks it off. Rose-Hulman will have the ball when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The more...
Yeah, they do. Rose-Hulman with the football. Smith in the backfield sitting alongside Robertson. He'll take, play action. He'll throw it quick. They get it out to the outside. Tice Salou, and he picks up about 5 yards. Looked like a tough throw, but he got it there. And a 5-yard gain. That's just as good as a run. It'll be 2nd and 5. Rose-Hulman again in that hurry-up style offense. 2-by-2. Smith in the backfield. They'll throw another quick hitch. And Tice Salou with the football. Be ready. They're going to hitch that and take him off, and he can fly down the field. And at 6'3", that big body in Tice Salou gives him a huge advantage over most of the corners in the HCAC.
Yeah, and the quick passing game takes away the pass rush, too, from Majada. He's getting rid of the ball so fast.
Smith, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard, maybe 2. They'll give him -1 on that carry, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They're still going very quickly, is Rose-Hulman. They're not going to change this pace. Smith in the backfield, Griescock and Yuri on the right, Hobbs and Tice Salou on the left. Play action pass. Looks, he could have it. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. That's a really nice play for the defensive side for Franklin College. Number 5 with that play. And again, super play.
Yeah, Coach, that was Shea McGrath. Great play. He did have the running back open. I think he just missed him.
Tough when you're rolling to the left and have to throw it all the way back to your right, though. 3 receivers now to the top of the screen. Griescock, Hobbs, and Hury. Smith on the left side. Yep, here comes the bonus wheel, and he gets sacked again.
It was number 93, Isaac Lawrence, on the sack for the Grizzlies.
That'll bring up that 4th down, and the punt team will come on, and that's one of the things where Rose-Hulman's been able to do is they've punted the ball very well and have gained all kinds of field position from the opportunity to punt it. Andrew Toller is the punter. The receiver's back about 45 yards. And don't be surprised if this goes over his head. Toller standing at his 5.
It's Gibson back to return for Franklin.
He pounds this one well over his head, carries him back another 10 yards, and gives him a chance to return part of it. They'll pull it up, a 39-yard net on that one, and it'll be Franklin College ball when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Franklin College with the football, trips to the right side, and they'll hand it off inside. And again, just pushing the ball forward, running the football.
Yeah, that was Corey again. Picks up almost 4 on the carry.
And, of course, when they do that, the clock runs. 4 minutes left to go here in the first period. It's 7-0, Rose-Hulman with the lead. Here we go. 2 receivers to the top, H-back to the left. They'll run the counter tray, picked it up, and again, good defensive pressure that time for Rose-Hulman, and defensively, a nice play that time. Closing in on it is Tice Miller, who had a huge breakup on their first series.
Yeah, the Rose-Hulman defensive secondary has just done a great job of locking down Franklin's receivers.
And that's one of the things about 5 or 6 years ago, you could see a little bit of a disparity with the defensive backs and who they're going against. This year, there is nothing. Great athletes there for them. Play action pass. Ross throws it into flats, and that could have been picked off too. 2 receivers on the backside, and
there's a flag.
They're going to call a foul on that one.
Yeah, we've got a down Franklin player on the field.
So we'll have to wait and see what the call is going to be on this one. Back judge made the call.
I wonder if he saw some contact there. It looked like there might have been a little contact.
They're going to call defensive holding.
Yep. It looked like that right there on the crosser. But even that defensive holding call, man, Rose-Hulman has played really good in the back end and broken up several big plays that could have turned into some bad news for them. So looks like number 5 is going to be able to walk off on his own power for Franklin.
Tough to see anybody go out on that one. He's been holding his knees, so hopefully, and this sounds bad, but Rias Moore, the senior, injured on the play, and he's walking over the sideline. Hopefully he can walk that off and come back in as both these teams will set back up and get ready to play football once more. 1st and 10 for Franklin College, ball at the 46.
Yeah, Moore was the tight end that had that nice first down catch earlier in the game.
4-man front for Rose-Hulman. They're going to run the edge, and they'll run that zone play. And, I mean, there is some good blocking up front by Franklin College. They are doing a great job on the front, and Rose-Hulman's going to have to do something a little bit different. They run multiple fronts. You may see one here in the next couple plays. Well,
and the good thing about running the clock is you're keeping the fast-paced offense of Rose-Hulman off the field. So as long as the big guys from Franklin can keep pounding it, it's got to be frustrating as an offense to limit your possessions and eat the clock.
They actually moved and brought in a different tackle for Franklin College, moved one of their tackles to guard, and with that, nice slip play off the edge. They're going to get the first down. That's a nice little play. They slipped him off. Instead of kicking the end out, they just ran him to the flat, completed the pass for a first down.
Yeah, Rose bit on the play-action fake there and opened that up.
So into the ball game, different tackle for Franklin is Brock Viach. And Armani Christopher, the right tackle, moved to guard, and that's why they're running the ball. And they're running it right over those 2 guys, and they've had great opportunities to pick up yardage. Play action pass, looking deep. He's got a man down the sideline, and it is kicked around. No good.
Another great coverage by Rose-Hulman. Now, I know Brock Viach very well. He's a Mount Vernon grad. We played against him. He was on the state championship Mount Vernon team, so he is a big physical kid as well, and Franklin just really has some big guys up there on the front line.
And they're athletic too. You can see they move very well.
They move real well.
And you can see they're going to be something to deal with for a while here. Viach only a sophomore. Christopher Fry and Case are seniors on that front line for Franklin. Inside run, he fell down.
Looks like he tripped over his own feet there.
And I'll tell you what, the line had some penetration. They should have picked up 3 or 4 on that play. Instead, they get nothing, and it's 3rd and 11. Matter of fact, they lost a yard. He just went down too early. Running the football very effective is Garrett Cora, the sophomore, again from Tri-West High School in Indiana. Most of the roster for Franklin College are Indiana kids. Looking, they wanted to throw it, and he picks it up, and he's running. He may get the first down. Nope, he's a little short.
He's going to be short about 4 yards, Coach.
Boy, I'll tell you, a nice play. The end saw him cross his face, used the cross-face rule on him, got out there in his way. If he threw that ball, it was potentially a pick 6.
Yeah, it was. Heads-up play by Ross, Matuckin and running it there. It's going to be 4th and short. It'll be interesting. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
So it's 4th down, and again, they're dialing it up. They've had 2 failures on 4th down. We'll see what Franklin College does here. Trips, look, play action. No, they're going to call an illegal procedure. Started a little bit too quick. That's a 5-yard penalty. It'll move it back. That'll make it 4th and 9
Yeah, interesting. This is the third possession that Franklin has at about the same spot of the field and has come up short. So now they're backed up a little bit with a penalty. So good opportunity for Rose-Hulman here to stop them on downs and get the ball back.
Clock's running down, 1:15 or 1:18, and
4th and 9.
This is a tough one to dial up.
Yeah, the secondary's been playing really well for Rose-Hulman all day, so you got to think you're going to throw it here and probably some kind of stick route combination.
Blitz, here they come. Threw it out there and didn't get anything. And I'll tell you what, the pressure was dialed up. Rose-Hulman takes over on downs and will return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
Rose-Hulman with the football, 1st and 10 after that huge stop, ball at the 32-yard line. Looking, quick hitch, they get it out to Ty Salou again. 8-yard gain.
Ty Salou is having a great game, and he's running that little out route. It's open every time.
New corner has to come in. Helmet came off. Don't be surprised if Rose-Hulman takes the opportunity to throw it deep on the new guy. They tend to do those kinds of things.
Well, that's good coaching, recognizing that right there, Coach. And
they're going to hand it off. Here comes Ruperta up the middle. Big play. Runs over a safety or two. He'll pick up about 12 yards, make it 13. It'll be a first down. Rose-Hulman ball over the 50-yard line.
That was a great hard run, Ruperta, getting that extra yards after contact on that first initial hit.
Robertson tries to get the team set. Again, if you're on the sideline, you'd see it. There are 3 guys that signal for Rose-Hulman, all of them in interesting colored caps. Ruperta drives the ball inside, and he's the power guy. As you mentioned earlier, he'll pick up 4. They only give him 4. They say his knee hit a little early.
Yeah, I thought he had a few more than that, but still a very hard run. It brings up a 2nd and 5, so you got to think maybe Ty Salou again here.
Hobbs at the bottom along with Hury. And that's the end of the first quarter. Score 7-0 Rose-Hulman. We'll have more exciting action here on Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Rose-Hulman with the football to start the second period. They have it at the 45-yard line. It's 2nd and 6. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Griescock, and they'll hand the ball over to the left side. Ruperta again breaks through the line. He'll pick up the first down on an 8-yard run.
Yeah, what a great run by Ruperta right there. Another opportunity to just pound it down the middle of the field there, pick up the first down.
And Rose-Hulman again on that hurry-up offense. They continue to signal the plays in with the 3 guys on the sideline. They're all backup quarterbacks, and they keep going. Hanover is leading Mount St. Joe at the end of the first quarter. Hobbs down there, and it could be a flag.
Yeah, nope. It was awfully close. There was some contact there, but the officials letting them play on that one.
And I'm telling you, the Rose-Hulman people really wanted that one.
Yeah, I thought it could have went either way.
Jeff Sokol was running down there like, what are you looking at? It'll be 2nd down and 10. It's good to take a shot at that one, try to loosen things up a little bit, and Rose-Hulman's been running the ball effectively in what's going on. They've also thrown it well. One of the first times. Motion across, they've got the screen again, and there comes Hury. Down the sideline he goes, and he's out of bounds. Thought if he would have taken that cut back on the last block, he probably could have busted it into the secondary for more yardage, but
yeah, he is very fast, Coach. He's very elusive and could have easily scored on that one had he cut it back.
He went to the outside 2 weeks ago when we watched one and took it about 80 yards, and this one was no different. 1st and 10 now for the Fighting Engineers. Ball to 27. They'll hand it to Ruperta up the middle, powering in through there. He'll pick up about 3 yards. And again, Ruperta keeps his pads low, and he really makes good cuts, follows his blockers.
Yeah, he's a great physical runner, much like Cora from Franklin. Downhill, to keep their feet churning, pull out those extra yards.
Thought we'd see both of them, and we have, both for about the same amount of time and same amount of carries today. 7-0, Rose-Hulman with the lead. Ruperta with the football again, makes one cut, makes a miss, tackle. He's in the free, out to the outside 10. 5, down to the 4-yard line. Rose-Hulman with the football, and they're going to say he went out of bounds at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Rose-Hulman.
What a great run by Ruperta right there. If you watch there, he juked out Jaira Jada from Franklin, who's one of their best defenders, to break off on that one, and just a fantastic second effort down there inside the 10.
Still getting set. 1st and 10. Outside, and they went for the quick throw. And don't be surprised if you try to pound this. When Tice Salou was one-on-one, and they said, why not go back again? He's been open every time. This time, good defensive coverage for Franklin, caused by number 36 on that defensive play. That's Kahari Jackson, the sophomore.
And he subbed in for earlier, and the guy he came in for hasn't come back in. So
he's played pretty well. Yep. Ruperta, they're looking inside. Oh, that's the tough one.
Yep. There's a Jada right there. He's got 9 tackles for loss, and now 10 on the season. Very athletic and very big and physical on the edge.
And that'll bring up a tough one. A loss of about 3? No, loss of 8. Excuse me.
That was a big loss there, Coach. And 3rd down from about the 14-yard line, I believe.
Robertson will set the troops 2 by 2. Don't be surprised if we see some type of crosser. Fake the jet, throw it down.
There he is.
He had him open, just couldn't get the ball to Ruperta. Nice offensive concept, and it looks like Rose-Hulman will send the
field goal unit out.
And they'll go in. And a really decent field goal kicker for Rose-Hulman and Kyle Rehberg from Brunswick, Georgia. Again, the holder is Chase Wilkerson from Boonville, Indiana, and the long snapper Riley Lopane from Athens, Illinois. Rose-Hulman leads 7-0. Snap, kick is up, and it's no good. It said it went over the outside, so Rose-Hulman fails on that one, and we'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Core on that inside.
Ball's out.
And loose, and again,
like
Franklin recovers.
Wow. That is the second time Cora has put the ball on the ground today, and Franklin's been fortunate enough to come up with the recovery. But, man, that could have been a huge play.
And with that, he'll come out of the ball game. They'll be replaced on the inside for Franklin, number 22. That's Cam Jennings from Indianapolis. This 5'9" sophomore has replaced Cora in the backfield. And they have an illegal start, and you can see him move. There was a flinch prior to that snap.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a false start on Franklin.
And that's going to march it back 5 yards. So instead of being 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd and 14. Franklin College with the football. And Rose-Hulman has really been dominant, but only has 7 points to show for it on the offensive side.
Yeah, both of these teams seem to struggle a little bit today when they get inside the 30-yard line. Some penalties and things like that has really impacted the game.
Deep pass, got a crosser, and
thrown a little high.
Incomplete pass, it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 14 now.
There was number 21 Gibson on the reception attempt. The ball was a little high.
So Franklin College will end up with the football on a 3rd and 14 call. Those are tough, especially when you're sitting back inside the 20-yard line. Rose-Hulman anticipating throws. They'll bring one guy off the edge, and he's right on him, and he throws it away. Very smart move by Ross. It'll bring up 4th down, and Franklin will be forced to punt.
That was great pressure by number 11 Riley Roberts on the blitz. Really forced that to be a bad throw.
Well, and when you're looking at statistically what's going on, Ross is only 4 of 15, make it 4 of 16 on that one, with 1 interception, and that makes it pretty tough. He only has 29 yards passing, and that is not going to win you a football game in a day like today. Punt, gets it off, and it's right back into his hands, and there goes Hobbs down the left sideline. He's got a chance to go. He turns the corner, make the cut. He's in the clear. 5, touchdown, Rose-Hulman. And a huge play by Jalen Hobbs from Spring Lake, North Carolina. Takes that one back all the way on a punt return. And lightning in a bottle strikes again.
Yeah, fantastic speed by Hobbs there. He saw the cut back and took it, and there was no one there to stop him. That was just a great run.
Rose-Hulman finds themselves leading 13-0, where they had a chance to score on the latest one. They kept the field position, and that field position allowed Rose-Hulman that opportunity to score on the punt return. Reberg, who missed the field goal earlier, out for the extra point. That could have been a little bit of movement, but he gets the kick up, and it's good. And Rose-Hulman leads 14-0.
There is a greatness inside of you. A passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact. Work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Rose-Hulman with a 14-0 lead, and we want to thank our sponsors, of course, Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, Farm Bureau Insurance, and their agent Micah Bonomo, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And again, huge play for Rose-Hulman on that punt return. They've scored both on offense and now on special teams, and they pride themselves on getting all 3 phases of the game. And in this case, they really won the special teams on this one. Again, Connor Whitesell will pound this football, gets it down inside the 5. And here comes the kick return, and he's wrapped up inside the 25. They'll put it at the 20-yard line, and that's where Franklin will take over when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s,
Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
Franklin College with the football. They're going to run a man out. Empty. They look. There comes the screen back on the inside, and Winston Amakwa sniffs that one out. A 4-yard gain. They'll make it 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for Franklin College. Again, nice play by the corner. He sniffed that one out, saw what was going on, snuck in there and wrapped him up by his legs. And Franklin College with a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, this Rose-Hulman secondary has played great all day.
They're athletic and physical, and they really want this thing. Outside zone, they're going to cut it inside. A nice play by Cora. He'll end up with the first down. And again, the big one for Franklin College is to not turn the ball over.
Yeah, they've had the 2 fumbles, which they've recovered. Cora's been running hard, but that still sets you back when you fumble and lose yards, when you're pinning yourself deep and you're not being very successful in the pass game and you're relying on the run. So be interesting to see what they do here in this possession.
9:50 left to go in the first half. Rose-Hulman with a 14-0 lead. Franklin College 2-by-2 set. They've got a back and they just throw it in the corner, and I'll tell you what, they had over-under on the out guy.
Yes, they did.
And that was, again, super play by Rose-Hulman. They're really causing problems for the quarterback in Kai Ross finding an open man.
Yeah, the run game has been successful for Franklin today. They you try to ride Cora, but eventually you have to change it up a little bit. But, man, the secondary has just been locked down all day for Rose-Hulman.
They'll hand the ball, and here comes Cora again, and he is just pads lowered going at it. He'll pick up about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they've went to Cora a lot for good reason. They've got a big, physical, athletic line. But when they do pass the ball, the Rose-Hulman secondary has really been great in coverage and breaking up some big plays.
And it's really been interesting. Rose-Hulman, usually it's the defensive front that causes the issues, and they just haven't been able to get to Ross very often. He'll step back to throw. 3-man rush. They got a man up but in there, and again, just a hair off. The timing is just not quite there for Franklin College. And with that, out comes the punt team.
Ball was a little wobbly. I don't know if it was hit by a D lineman or not, but as you mentioned, the Franklin line has done a pretty good job of really controlling the Rose-Hulman front, but there's a huge size difference there between those guys. So kudos to the Rose-Hulman secondary for really being there and being where they need to be.
Punt team out. Spread punt with the second level. The last one was returned for a touchdown. They may boot this one out of bounds. He pounds it. He gets a great punt. That's one of the best punts I've seen in a long time.
He's going to return
Hops
it.
with it with another chance. Turns the corner. Gets the sideline. Goes out of bounds. And that's where Rose-Hulman will have it when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
You are watching HCAC football at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman with the football, throw to the outside, and here comes Hobbs. He'll pick up 5 yards. And again, part of what Rose-Hulman has done is hurry up offense, pick what they give you. Just take it. And those hitches on the outside, quick outs, they've given them opportunities all afternoon.
Yeah, Coach. The Franklin DBs are playing off, which that hitch is just right there. And there it is again.
Makes the fake move, gets it out. That's a first down. 2 completions for a first down. And I'll tell you what, Robertson is on. Every throw is where it's supposed to be.
Yes. Got to think maybe they go to Ruperta here.
2-by-2 set. Greasecock in motion. They moved up to 5 yard.
Yep. I think they were going to go to Ruperta. They were motioning over. Motioning over Greasecock, kind of there as a H-back. I think they were going to run an ISO play to the right on first down. Now they're going to be backed up 1st and 15.
They've done a nice job with the screen game. They've run the ball well. Just missed that field goal from really breaking this thing wide open. Again, motion. Looks like the same basic play. Play action. They got a man wide open in a flat, and Tice Salou with the football will pick up about 9, and that'll move you where you're not behind the chains anymore, but you have a pretty good opportunity. Second now, and they'll say 2nd and 7.
Again, another opportunity you're taking what the defense is giving you. The corners are playing off. The hitch is there. And they've done a good job of taking it.
And they continually have done that. The only problem is if somebody takes a big break on it and gets a pick 6 out of the deal. But when you do that, don't forget, Rose-Hulman likes to throw the ball deep. Here comes the potential screen. They throw it out anyhow. He's got it up the side, down the middle, and there he goes. Another potential first down for Rose-Hulman as they continually move the football with their wide receivers. Daniel Hury with that reception, and he looked pretty good as well. Into the ball game for Rose-Hulman, number 3, and we've seen Jacob Nanef-Abu from Columbus, Georgia, into the ball game. Ruperta up the middle, gains about 7 yards on the next carry.
And we have a down Franklin player. Ruperta looked like he lowered the boom down on that one. I'm not for sure what happened, but that was another hard run by Ruperta right up the gut.
We'll take an injury timeout. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
And the injured player is still on the field as what's going on. We've been talking about the speed of Rose-Hulman's wide receivers, and that's been, I think, the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, Coach. All of them are very quick, especially that second move on the hitch. You know, they're picking up extra yards after they catch it. Just fantastic speed on the outside, and then you complement that with Ruperta up the middle, the hard running there. It's really difficult to stop the Rose offense at this time.
Well, and again, starting at running back has been Jay Smith, and he looked good as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a 1-2 punch. Ruperta's more the big physical downhill guy, and Smith is more maybe the scat back. But Ruperta in the last couple series here has just been really running hard.
2nd and 3. Motion across. Greasecock. He'll hand the ball in the ISO. Then Ruperta is just powerful down the middle of the field. He'll pick up about 9, make it 10 yards. It'll be first down for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, I believe that was the same play they were dialing up on the false start penalty there, and Ruperta has just done a great job of hitting the hole hard and picking up extra yards after contact today.
Miguel Robertson has been very effective passing the ball as well for Rose-Hulman. 11 of 14. Looking down, he's got the crosser again. There it is, Tice Salou in the cross, down to the 5-yard line. Really nice play, the old NCAA Division III kind of thing. And when I say that, there's an NCAA play. They bring a guy vertical to clear it out, put the guy in the crosser. He hits him right in stride. Nice play. Good pass on Rose-Hulman, 1st and goal at the 5.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of setting plays up with Ruperta down the middle and coming back to the pass there.
3 receivers at the top. Play action. Got a man in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. Number 4, that's Jalen Hobbs on the reception. His 2nd touchdown. And Rose-Hulman is in the lead 20-0.
Hobbs, just a dynamic player. He can do about everything on the field there, Coach.
That speed kills, and with that opportunity, Rose-Hulman takes a 3-score lead, and in to kick the ball is Kyle Reberg. Rose-Hulman with 2 quality kickers. Reberg is the more accurate, and so he gets to kick the extra points. He gets that one up, and it's good, and Rose-Hulman leads 21-0 when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Hanover has been leading Mount St. Joe, and we'll get the score for you, but that's a really good ball game. So Rose-Hulman, if with a win, could find themselves in first place, but if Mount St. Joe would go down, they could find themselves in sole possession, depending on what's going on. We've had several ball clubs in the HCAC that have been winning, and several undefeated teams, and then there's several at the bottom of the conference. It'll start playing itself out here in the next couple of weeks. Whitesell will kick this one off, and Connor pounds the football deep again. This one goes about the 9-yard line, and they'll pull it back out and wrapped up again. Inside the 25 is a gain for Rose-Hulman, and they've done it again. And Franklin College will have it when we return.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
Inside run, it's Cora, and he'll go about 3 yards. And again, it's going to be tough now, and we stated this off the air. It's going to be tough for Franklin to continue to – they need to run the football. That's where the only thing they gained yardage on. Right now, Ross is 5 of 18. That's a 28% completion ratio for 34 yards. And it hasn't been the front for Rose-Hulman that's caused the damage.
Yeah, as you said, Coach, it's tough now. You're down 3 scores, and running the football, the clock runs. So be interesting to see how they handle that and bounce back.
Man defense, they're going to hand it off the edge. Cora makes a good cut, but the rest of Rose-Hulman is there waiting, and he gains nothing on that one. It'll be 3rd and 8. So again, Rose-Hulman playing very aggressively on the defensive side, and it's multiple players in on stops right now for the Fighting Engineers.
Yeah, I really like what Rose-Hulman's doing on their back end. A lot of linebacker play, a lot of DB play, safeties coming up and making tackles. Just very physical back-end play by Rose-Hulman.
And a 3-man rush. They're in a 3-3 stack right now for Rose-Hulman. They'll send 1 or 2. They send all 3. Here it comes, and they've got nothing. Yeah. Got a man open, but he's not that open.
There's a flag.
They're going to call the flag on it.
Very late there. That's probably going to be a pass interference. I didn't see a lot of contact, but it did come in late from the side.
They're going to call a hold on it, the preliminary signal by the back judge or side judge. And so it says before the pass was thrown. So if that's the case, that was a very late flag. And that will give Franklin College an automatic first, well, not automatic. It will give them a first down as the 10-yard penalty moves the chains. And they find the ball placed at the 33.
Yeah, good break for Franklin here. I believe the defender stepped on his heel, which caused the contact.
Franklin with the football. They'll hand the ball to Cora, and he's hitting the backfield, but breaks a tackle and makes 3 or 4 yards on that. And I'll tell you what, it is tough hoeing right now as you're looking at this one.
Yeah.
They're just it's a tough way to play football as Rose-Hulman has really taken control of the football game in the front line.
Yeah, especially on this possession here. I mean, those are tough yards Core's getting, but the Rose-Hulman defense is hitting with 2 or 3 defenders almost every play. So, like I said, great linebacker play right now and great secondary play from Rose-Hulman.
They're showing a blitz. They bring it. There's a cross, and he's got it. Inside, he'll pick up another first down, and Franklin College will move the chains, ball to 44.
Yeah, that was a good play there. Ross's ball was a little high, and that we've went to that route a couple times, and each time it's been a little high. So you got to think here at some point Rose's secondary is going to come up and pick that off.
1st and 10, Franklin College. Clock is running with 3:09 left to go in the first half. And they're waiting for somebody to come on the field.
14 seconds on the play clock here. Don't be surprised if we see a timeout. It's going to be tough to get a play off here. 9 seconds.
Looks like they can snap it. And they do get it off right before. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man wheel down the sideline.
Oh, just overthrown.
Doesn't get it. Had a man wide open down there and just couldn't complete the pass. And again, those opportunities don't come very often, especially this afternoon. And a good route running that time by the wide receiver Dejan Winberg from Clarksville.
Yeah, he was pressured there by the Rose-Hulman blitz off the edge, and then a few D linemen got through there as well, but definitely had him wide open, so missed opportunity.
2nd and 10. 2:44 left to go. They're going to hand the ball on the outside. It's a run, and he'll pick up not very many, make it about 2 or 3, and they're going to keep him in bounds. Clock's going to run.
Yeah, that's Jennings on the carry there, his first of the day.
Third and 7 now for Franklin College.
Yeah, look at this Franklin College roster. There are quite a few underclassmen there, so they've got some players.
It's just a matter of keeping people in school, and that's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to build a program, that's what you want to do. Action pass, they throw the slant, got him. First down for Franklin College. They had a chance to bring him down prior to the chains, and he made a nice move. Picked that play up, and it's a first down for the Grizzlies. 1:57 left to go in the first half.
That was Gibson again on the reception. He's kind of been the go-to guy in that inside slant route today for Franklin. You got to think they're going to go hurry up here soon to try to put it in before the half.
Under 2 minutes, it's 1:40. And a timeout's called by Rose-Hulman as they're going to reset the defense, and we'll reset ourselves as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look for ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And Franklin College comes out of that timeout. 1:41 left to go in the first half. Rose-Hulman called the timeout to reset their defense. They have four-man front. They hand it up the middle, and there goes a nice run on the inside. And inside by number 2, and that's Garrett Cora.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse today for Franklin, especially in those middle runs.
Hurry up offense now as we're under 2 minutes. Ross takes the deep shot down the sideline, and it is out of bounds. Yep. He was really close to putting that foot down, but just couldn't get it in bounds. 1:22 left to go. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just missed that, but still the coverage from Rose-Hulman is right on top of these routes. There's only been one time I can remember here this game where they've had a guy just free released open down the field. So good job by the secondary for Rose-Hulman.
3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. And Franklin College, it looks like they're probably going to run it. Here it is. Core up the middle, and he's picking up about 6 yards, make it 7.
Yeah, he just does a great job of yards after contact. He breaks off that first initial hit and churns out extra yards every time.
Few seconds wasted as they get him reset. 104 and clock running. Pass. Looks to throw down the middle and almost picked off. He threw it behind him, and that'll stop the clock. But at the same time, it'll bring up 4th down.
He about took out the official right there on that one. He had to duck under that one.
Well, some of those guys do try to rub the defender off the official. You know, in the old days, those guys actually wore a skull cap because they didn't want to.
He might have wanted one right there because he about got hit.
58 seconds left to go. Rose-Hulman leads 21-0 and trying to hold Franklin out of this scoring opportunity.
Big 4th down play right here. If they're going to take a timeout and talk about it.
And they do. And with that timeout, we'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness. Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland. Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
There is a greatness inside of you. A passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact. Work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Franklin with the football. There's a slant. Oh, we called, and he just about had it. A trailing route didn't come in, and Rose-Hulman will take possession at the 25. And with that, we had the call right up here.
We did.
2 coaches guessing on the call. I think he's going to go with a slant route right off the back trailer, and that's exactly what he did.
Good play by the secondary for Rose-Hulman there. That's a huge play because you've got 55 seconds before the half. You keep Franklin out of there. And you're still a 3-score game.
And you're at the 25. One good play, and they have timeouts left. They're going to take one and get after it.
Yeah, 2 timeouts left, Coach, and plenty of time to try to score here.
Hand off to Ruperta. He's got
there
he goes. Down
Look
the
at that run. Wow.
Woo!
Just barreling forward and really runs over the safety there. Ruperta has just been a physical runner. And really both running backs for both teams, but Ruperta in the last few drives has just done a great job.
45 seconds. They'll hand it off. Ruperta again up the middle. He's got about 6, 7,
Dragging
8.
guys.
And he is really close on that one. 8 yards, 37 seconds when the clock stopped with the timeout. And we'll take one as well. Rose-Hulman in the lead, 21-0.
Saturday, November 5th at the Zora Shrine Theater. Spend an evening with country music legends. Labor League presents Lone Star.
Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you.
With Dina Carter on the Surf Pro stage.
Strawberry wine.
Get your discounted tickets today at Casey's General Store or Eventbrite.com. Lone Star with Dina Carter, Saturday, November 5th at the Zora Shrine.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Looking. They throw the screen.
There it is.
Out
there
to
he goes.
Yuri, down the sideline, and he's out of bounds. That'll be a first down. And more importantly, clock stops. And with that, you don't have to waste a timeout. And the ball is moved forward. Now they're in scoring position. They're at the 40-yard line. 32 seconds left to go in the half. 1 timeout left for Rose-Hulman. They're going to have to use that one quite well, so don't be surprised if they take a big shot here pretty soon.
Here he entices Salute to the top of the the field there. Then look, they're going.
Play action. He's got a man down the crosser, and he missed him. Just missed the throw. He would have had about a 30-yard gain if he completes that one, make it a 20-yard gain. But still, really nice play concept. And not getting the football in there, Hobbs was potentially open for a big play, and they just couldn't find him.
Yeah, lightning in a bottle, as you described earlier, is the best way to describe these receivers. They have been on it all day, and they are dangerous.
Hury in the slot, Hobbs at the top of the screen. They're going to play action, roll it out. They've got a man deep, and they just throw it up there. And he catches it. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, and a big day for Jalen Hobbs. A huge 40-yard throw. He catches it, lands on his back for the score, and that could be the backbreaker here at the end of the first half. What a throw and catch. 27-0, Rose-Hulman with the lead.
Yeah, Robertson threw a dime there. That was just great ball placement and a great job of coming up and catching that by Hobbs.
We thought, wow, they could maybe get in position for maybe some type of play, but you didn't expect that one. Kick is up by Reberg, and it is good. 28-0, Rose-Hulman when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Yeah.
Rose-Hulman with a huge play, and kicking off the ball is going to be a junior place kicker from Bidwell, Ohio, Andrew Toller, and he's going to try to pound this one. And he does, right on the ground. Now, what a great kick. Gets it down inside the 20, and they're going to hem him in at the 27 and not get the return on that one. 17 seconds left to go here in the first half, and the dynamics of the game drastically changed about midway through the second quarter.
The special teams plays for Rose-Hulman has been stellar as well. Jennings had nowhere to go there. The coverage on the kickoff, obviously the punt return, but just fantastic today. Effort.
Rose-Hulman with that lead at 28-0. And again, Franklin College, 17 seconds. Don't be surprised if they just take a knee and go in, but if not, they're going to run the ball, and wouldn't be surprised if they just hand it off and run it to Garrett Cora. They do, up the middle, and he's going nowhere, and that should be the end of the first half. 10 seconds, and the clock's moving, and everybody's heading towards locker rooms. Rose-Hulman will take a 28-0 lead into halftime here in Terre Haute, Indiana. Again, 28-0. Rose-Hulman with the lead when we return for our halftime show here on Indiana Sports Network.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
Halftime, Rose-Hulman with a 28-0 lead here, and when you look at this, some people will say, well, stats can lie, but today, at the end of the first half, the stats aren't lying. It's all Rose-Hulman statistically, and Travis, what do you have for us looking statistically in this ball game?
Well, I think it's important to look at Rose-Hulman's had a balanced attack today, running and passing the ball. Looking at passing, Roberts he's 15 completions for 19 attempts, 187 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's huge. That last pass there before the half obviously was a big play. But Ty Salou at 83 yards on 7 catches. Hobbs has 4 for 57. Here he has 4 for 47. And when you can spread the ball around like that, you have an opportunity to really open other things up, which you look at Ruperta, 10 carries, 89 yards, 8.2 yards a carry. He has been the workhorse for them up the gut, and then when you load the box, then the pass comes open. So great job offensively by Rose of spreading the ball around and being balanced on the attack, Coach.
Well, and when you look on the other side, it's just as striking. Franklin College has had a very difficult time moving the football.
Yeah, the passing game for Franklin has pretty much been non-existent for most of the game. 24 attempts, only 7 completions for 51 yards. Highest receiver is Moore with 1 catch for 16 yards. So you got to look at that and say that's a difference maker. Obviously, Cora's ran the ball 20 times for 89 yards, but really, other than that, there's not been much offensive production from the Franklin Grizzlies. So they've got to find a way in the second half to get the passing game going, or coming back from 28-0 is going to be very difficult.
And Rutgers leads IU 17-14 at the end. And again, when we're looking at ball games all the way through this one, Rose-Hulman has a chance to maintain possession of first place. They're undefeated in conference play. They lost their 3 out-of-conference games, and so everybody was like, kind of boo-hoo, what's going on? But they've really turned it on in conference play.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams come into this game undefeated in conference. It's a huge opportunity for both teams to kind of set themselves apart. Rose, obviously, 2001 conference champions. And when you're dealing with this conference, anything can really happen. As a former player in this conference, each week was always an adventure of who was going to come out on top. So real important for Rose-Hulman to get this W today, and they're well on the way to do that.
Well, and as we look at just the overall makeup of both of these teams, there's some young players playing for Franklin who've done a really nice job that you can tell they're quality players. Things have gone pretty well for them up until this point, and we would look for them to really rebound in this one, whether it's in the second half here or even next week. They're a quality football team. They just need a little bit extra polish in what's going on and giving them that opportunity. We've really been impressed by the offensive line for Franklin.
Yeah, the size differential up front is huge. They have several 300-pound guys up there. And I think, you got to look at the skill positions as well with Ross and Cora only both being sophomores. Cora is a hard downhill runner, and if he's got those big guys to run behind for the next couple years, he's going to be very good. Franklin is going to continue to get better and be dangerous. So be interesting to see how those guys develops over the next couple years.
For Rose-Hulman, they've moved players in and out. They always have. But the core guys right now offensively are the 3 wide receivers, and they've just been consistently getting the football, and their speed forces Franklin College to play back enough that just those little hitches move the football up and down the field.
Well, and you got to think, too, the hitch and go is coming. They've ran the hitch so many times, setting it up on the outside, so when they see those corners creep up, I would not be surprised if you see the hitch and go and throw a deep ball here and really kind of put the dagger, but I think the other thing to look at is when you can throw the ball like that with success, it opens up the run game, because when you pull yourself out of the box, then you've got Ruperta there who's just churning out yards. It makes it difficult for the Franklin defense to adjust, to put a balanced front out there to kind of cover all the weapons that Rose-Hulman has.
Well, we want to thank our sponsors again for this afternoon's ball game: Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Micah Bonomo, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. And, of course, transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And with that, we'll take our first break here at halftime. Again, Rose-Hulman leads 28-0.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
Four years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
You had enough.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman halftime, 28-0. Rose-Hulman with the lead over Franklin. And kind of shocking the way that the end of this first half kind of, moved around, and Rose-Hulman found themselves with the football, 58 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Franklin found himself in scoring position there at the end of the half and just couldn't quite get it done. And boy, kudos to Rose-Hulman for taking it about 70 yards there in the last 40 seconds and putting the kind of the nail in the coffin for the first half. Very good offensive display with running and passing down the field to set up the score.
And that is a huge momentum change in the ball game. You can just see almost deflation in everybody around looking at the Franklin College players because they really needed to hold them out. Rose-Hulman wanted to keep Franklin out of the end zone, leading 21-0, and instead they get the football. 5 plays later, boom, they're in the end zone.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe you might get a field goal in that situation, but they were able to take it down there with Ruperta just pounding it down the field, and obviously with the screen pass and then the big completion there to Hobbs at the end. But just fantastic job of running a 2-minute offense and staying composed while they did it. There was no sense of panic or anything like that from any of the Rose-Hulman players. So very good job of staying composed, taking it down, and scoring in that final drive.
Well, and when you look at the second half, you're going to see a little bit different. And when I look at Rose-Hulman, don't be surprised if it's the slowdown mode. Instead of the hurry-up NASCAR car, which is what most college coaches are going to call that, fast-paced stuff, they're going to be in slowdown mode. They'll run the clock every time and try to make sure that they don't allow Franklin College back in the ball game, although the Grizzlies are going to end up with the kickoff to open the second half.
Yeah, when you look at Rose in the second half, obviously I think we're going to see a lot of Ruperta. We'll probably see a little bit more of Smith as well, get some touches in there. But you're right. You've got the lead. If you run the ball, you eat the clock. You take Franklin's opportunities away. So Rose sitting in great position right now to come out here in the second half and continue the dominance of the game.
Well, and again, just total yardage. Everything about this says Rose-Hulman should be leading, but the last pass play was probably the best play. Well, that and the punt return were probably 2 top plays of the first half.
Yeah, as high school coaches like you and I both are, you tell our kids every Friday night you have to win 2 of the 3 phases of the game to win the game. And right now, Rose is winning all 3 phases of the game. They've done a very good job on special teams. If you watch the kickoffs, their guys are flying down the field, making contact. The returners have very, very little place to go, and then obviously the punt return for touchdown. And the PATs have been great as well. So, those are things the little things like that up to the bigger picture of the success or failure of the game. And Franklin has just really struggled to move the ball offensively, especially through the air. And I think that's a huge difference for them because running the ball, early in the game, we're both sitting up here watching and thinking, man, they're really running it down there. But then penalties and things like that hurt them a little bit. But the ability to go, you're going 7 for 24 right now is definitely a difference maker in a passing game.
Well, and part of that is, and it's conceptual as well. Mm-hmm. So you're taking those shots, those deep shots, and I'm not the guy that's going to take deep shots all the time. I'm going to move the chains.
Yeah, and you're getting a situation too where you get behind a score or two, and you don't want to get into panic mode. And if you want to run the ball, continue to run the ball, let your defense try to get some stops and things of that nature, some turnovers or some special teams plays. But Franklin struggled on getting that done as well. So, the bright spot, like I said, Cora's had 20 attempts for 89 yards. He's averaging 4.4 a carry. He's a very tough downhill runner. Expect to probably see him more in the second half, get some more touches. But Franklin's going to have to put one in here and take some shots on the field. And I do believe, so it should be Rose-Hulman ball after half because we kicked off earlier. So Rose is in a great situation to take it down and put another one in. So, this offense for Rose-Hulman has done a great job. And like I said earlier, I think the secondary play defensively for them has been a difference maker as well, because there's been a couple times where Franklin had some receivers downfield, but we were right on top of them with the coverage. So I think there was one play maybe where we had a guy run down there that was uncovered. But, in the grander scheme of things, great defensive coverage by Rose-Hulman.
And with that, we'll conclude our halftime show. We'll take a pause and a break, and we'll be right back for the start of the second half. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
We call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
Saturday, November 5th at the Zora Shrine Theater. Spend an evening with country music legends. Labor Lake presents Lone Star.
Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you.
With Dina Carter on the Surf Pro stage.
Strawberry wine.
Get your discounted tickets today at Casey's General Store or Eventbrite.com. Lone Star with Dina Carter, Saturday, November 5th at the Zora Shrine.
You are watching HCAC football at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana. Rose-Hulman is leading Franklin 28-0 as we prepare for the start of the second half. Keys for this one for Rose-Hulman. Second half, what are you going to say, Coach?
Continue to run the football, eat the clock up, keep Franklin's offense off the field. You've got a nice commanding lead right now. Ruperta's running the ball very well down the field, especially down the middle of the field. So I think eating the clock up is huge for Rose-Hulman and continuing to develop that run game.
And if you're Franklin College, you definitely need some stops. That's number one. But the second thing is, moving the football, how are we going to move it if you're Franklin?
You've got to find a way to get the passing game going. That's been the difference maker today. They've ran the ball okay, but when they've been forced to throw, it's just not been there. And the secondary for Rose-Hulman has been all over them, especially bringing some pressure, too, with the linebackers blitzing. That's been trouble. So they've got to find a way offensively to get some yards and get some scores quick.
And with that, we'll get ready. About a minute 30 left to go. And it's 20-7, Illinois State leading Indiana State at halftime. And as we look at several more of those scores going on, but right now Rose-Hulman in command of the ball game, 28-0, as we prepare again for the second half. And you're seeing probably as good of an effort, and I'm going to say this, a good of execution for Rose-Hulman. They've executed almost everything they've wanted to do and put themselves in a position to win a football game and keep themselves in first place in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Other play right now, Mount St. Joe is leading Hanover by 7 at half, at least that's what we're hearing. And in the process of that one, that's a big ball game because those two teams as well are in that undefeated or high-ranking part of the conference. The last ball game of the year, it's Rose-Hulman and Mount St. Joe in what is setting up right now to be one of the championship-style games for the Fighting Engineers.
Yeah, definitely a big week for everybody in the conference, especially the final standings. So be interesting to see how that game plays out.
Hobbs and Hury will go deep for Rose-Hulman, and the kickoff will be taken by Franklin College's kicker, and Derek Baldwin is who we have down. It looks like that's who it is going to kick the ball off for the Grizzlies. And again, I don't know if I'd want to kick to those two guys.
I would not, Coach. I would not want to kick it to these guys. So we'll see what happens. And they do. They kick it down there. So we'll see what happens here.
It's Hury. Daniel Hury with the football.
There he goes.
Clear, and there he is.
He's going to be gone.
He's at the 45, 50, back to the 40. He's got the sideline, and he just trips and falls down at about the 30-yard line. And again, here it comes, Rose-Hulman with that speed in the open field.
And we just made mention, I don't think we'd kick it to him, but they did, and it was a short kick. And the speed came on, and we saw it on full display right there.
Ball to 32, Rose-Hulman with the football, and they'll go out very quickly, but I think we'll slow it down a little bit. They may go fast this first series just because that's what they do. Into the backfield, number 1, Jay Smith, the freshman, will get the call at running back here to start the second half.
I thought we might see more of him in the second half, especially with the lead. He's very quick.
Jacob Danafabu is in the ball game as well as one of the wide receivers. In is Smith. He'll run the football up the middle. He'll pick up about 3, make it 4 yards. And again, tough sledding up the middle. But at the same time, if he hits the seam, he's got the speed too.
Yeah, there was a cutback lane open. He just missed it, and Franklin did a good job of closing down and sealing that up pretty quickly.
2nd and 7. Robertson, play action. He'll roll. Got the curl.
There it is.
Nice hook on the outside and a good completion. And Rose-Hulman with a first down, ball at the 21.
That has been there all day for Rose-Hulman, and they've done a great job of completing that pass. Robertson has really been on that route especially all day.
Fabu checks out of the ball game. In comes Hury. Hobbs and Hury in the bottom of your screen. Griescock outside. He'll throw the screen again. He makes a one-man miss, makes another man miss, and he'll pick up 2 yards on a very exciting 2-yard gain.
I tell you what, I don't know if you saw that, but that was a great block by Hobbs on that screen play. He pancaked his man and allowed that cutback to happen. That was just fantastic blocking on the outside by a wide receiver.
They're going to say he didn't gain anything. So.
Oh, wow.
With that one, ball to 21, 2nd and 10. Griescock will lead inside, and Smith gets just wrapped up there real quick. And tough one. That's a tough one and a good play by Franklin College, number 8, the linebacker Cody Wilkerson, a senior from Chesterton, made that explosion in the backfield. It's 3rd and 11. They'll say he lost a yard.
Yeah, just barely missed that right there. Got hit and went down. He's a little smaller than Ruperta, but very quick and shifty.
3 receivers, top of the screen. They're looking single coverage. They know they throw it down the middle of the field, and just about coming into it was, again, Hobbs. They attempted that when it's 4th down, a 40-yard field goal attempt coming up.
Yeah, Robertson was pressured that time by Franklin. They did a good job. Ojada on the outside pressured him and almost got to him before the ball was thrown.
And you can really see, like you said before, Ojada with extreme athletic ability, he's able to do an awful lot. But he hasn't been able to really force the ball out of some of those receivers' hands, especially if they throw it as quickly and easily. Reberg will attempt the field goal from 40. He's got the distance. It's up.
Doinked it.
Hits the upright, but there is a flag.
Yep. I thought we were going to get a double doink situation there, Coach, but we did not.
And there is a flag on Rose-Hulman.
Yep.
And with that,
turnover on downs.
Franklin College will end up with the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You are watching HCAC football at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Personal foul.
Looks like it is potentially a personal foul or a late hit or roughing or what. It just depends on how they're going to call it. If it's a personal foul and you pick up the second one, you're going to be out.
So it's going to be a 15-yarder. Looked like an extra hit after the whistle there on the field goal attempt.
Franklin College is going to end up with the football in pretty good field position now. It is a personal foul against Rose-Hulman. It's declined. Okay, because otherwise they'd move it back. They say it was during the play.
During the play. So they would have had it still 1st down. So to take the ball, they've got to decline it. But, when you get a lead like that, those are penalties you just can't afford to have.
Tough one right now. Again, 4-2-5 defensive package for Rose-Hulman in right now. Says roll to the right is Ross. Roberts in his face. They'll throw it out there, and he doesn't get that one. They're going to say it's out of bounds. He didn't have his feet down.
Yeah.
And good effort that time by Spencer Wright, the junior from Jamestown. And, man, he was a tremendous quarterback in high school, but playing a receiver spot for Franklin here. But I can remember him playing for Western Boone, leading them to the state championship.
Yes, sir. Fantastic player, and just barely. They've been off on that route a few times today just by a little bit, and that's kind of hurt them a little bit.
Motion into the backfield, play action. They're going to throw it into the flats, and collared out there and taken down.
Jennings on the reception and brought down for a minimal gain.
Be second, or make it 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7. And again, Franklin College desperately needs to score. Rose-Hulman has missed 2 field goals in the afternoon. Those are the 2 things that they've had mistakes on, and normally they don't miss those. Splits off the edge. They've got multiple people coming. They don't get to him, and yet they do. They're going to have a tackle. It won't be a sack, but Roberts again on the nice play. It'll be 4th and 9, and that'll bring out the punting unit for Franklin College.
Roberts has had a great day at linebacker. He's made several key stops there. Love his hair, too, by the way.
Wish we had some. Not even all of it.
Yeah, I can't grow it out that long anymore.
I don't think you ever had it that long, Coach.
No.
Here we go. Punt team out. Good snap and a nice punt. He gets
Great
a
punt.
nice
return it.
Here comes Hobbs again.
He's got
Makes
some
one
room.
man miss, and
Here
he's
he
got
goes.
a seam. He's down the
He's
sideline.
gone. That's the second one of the day.
Jalen Hobbs down the sideline. He is out of bounds at the 1.
I really thought he was going to get there. He is out the 1. But, well, man, I tell you what, the special teams play for these guys has just been electric. Hobbs isn't a very electric player. Almost 2 punt returns for a touchdown there. Just 1 2 yards shy.
I'm surprised he didn't make the cutback and just outrace him because he has more speed than anybody else on the field. And when you do that, you don't have to run by him. You can actually just cross them up and keep running, and they can't catch you.
Ruperta's in. Who do you think they're going to?
I'm going to say Grant's going to get the ball, and they're going to either and Griescock's going to lead him up in the hole. Watch 7 on the left side. There it is, 7 with the hammer. And I'll tell you what, that was a great play, defensive line play. 93 for Franklin College with the stop.
That was Isaac Lawrence, a junior, 6 foot 285. Fantastic play, playing that 3 technique position there. Just beat his block and stopped Ruperta for a loss.
Loss of 1. They had it at the 2. It's back to the 3-yard line. Don't be surprised if they go into the Wildcat thing pretty soon. They haven't, though.
Right. See Griescock at quarterback at that Wildcat position. Try to get him on the hard count.
Really looking defensive front what they're doing. Play action.
He's going to run
up the middle, and he's down to the 3. Didn't lose any yardage. That's really not what Rose-Hulman wants to do. They don't want Robertson carrying the ball.
Definitely not. You don't want your quarterback taking hits, but they've got it back almost to a little run of scrimmage. They want to capitalize right here and get a touchdown because it's a great return, so you don't want to leave points off the board, or especially just have to kick a field goal. So let's see what they do here.
Ruperta in the backfield. Motion across. Griescock sets it up. Ruperta pounding, driving, and he's held out at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that's just another great example of Ruperta churning his feet. I mean, he was met at the line of scrimmage and churned out another yard or 2. So it's going to be 4th down on the 1-yard line here. Fourth and goal on the 1.
And I wouldn't be surprised to give it to Ruperta again.
Yeah, I think you do, Coach. I would let him pound it in here. I think he can get it now. Looks like Griescock is still playing the H-back. I thought maybe they were going to sub him in there at the Wildcat, but they did not.
Look for the counter coming back. They hand it off.
And he's met. That's another great play. That looks like that was Rob. Ball came out at the end. That looked like that was Roberts again, the 3 technique for Franklin, and made that stop. So 2 big stops by Roberts there inside the red zone.
Well, and with that, we're going to keep this one here. Franklin College will come out probably with a lot quicker emphasis on doing something, but they have a long distance to go. Lost a yard or 2. In this case, the ball rests at the 4-yard line, 96 yards to be on this drive if they can do something with it. Clock's been running. It's 9:20 left to go in the 3rd period.
That was a great defensive stand by Franklin there, keeping themselves in the game.
And that shows the resolve of the Franklin College Grizzly. Double tight, single back, looking. They're going for it.
Underthrown. Might have been hit. He was hit as he threw. They brought everybody, though.
He also looked to be a different style of pass there, maybe back shoulder fade or a stop route, and he didn't do it. And so the missed timing on that brings up 2nd and 10. always tough. I always look at that route and say, well, he's so wide it makes it difficult. If he was in closer to or between the numbers and the hash, it would give him a better opportunity on that.
Yeah, I think Ross is going to have a great career here at Franklin down the road. He's still pretty young.
They do it again, and he threw the
him.
slant and overthrew him.
Yeah, that's been a high pass all day there. Jennings several times in that slant, but just overthrown him.
3rd and 10, ball at the 4-yard line. And Rose-Hulman has the field position. If they can hold him out here and force him to punt this one, the punter would be standing in the back of the end zone.
And I would not punt it to Hobbs.
Not at this time.
No.
Because he should have had the second touchdown return and goes out of bounds. And Rose-Hulman doesn't capitalize. So you talked about leaving points on the field.
Yeah.
That's it. They're going to run it out. Nope. They bring it, and they bring the pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Intercept. Roberts with the pick. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
Wow, Roberts is playing lights out today defensively. Man, that is just a great play. Read the coverage, came up on the pass, made the pick.
Riley Roberts, the senior from Greenwood, Indiana, with the pick 6. And Rose-Hulman's on the board in the second half. All 3 phases of the game have scored for Rose-Hulman. Offense, defense, and special teams. Roberts is going to ring the bell on the side. And it's a touchdown for the Rose-Hulman defense. Reberg set up to kick the extra point. He gets the kick up, and it
looks like it's good.
Good, and there's a potential
there's another
flag.
penalty. It looked like a late hit again.
And there are a couple guys down.
There's a personal foul. That's going to be on Franklin, though. They're signaling.
They'll take that on the kickoff.
Yep.
Rose-Hulman scores. It is 34-0 when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student. The all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
No, it shouldn't have been.
And we're back. Again, Rose-Hulman with a pick 6. Riley Roberts, the senior, with a tremendous play. And Rose-Hulman with the scoring opportunity. If you're looking at tackles for Rose-Hulman, Bowen, again, with 7 tackles. Cobb with 5. Riley Roberts with 5. And he has a tackle for loss as well. Those guys have really dominated the line of scrimmage. Again, offensively for Rose-Hulman, 77% completion for Roberts. He's 17 of 20 for Robertson. 17 for 22, 195 yards, 3 touchdown passes. And when you're looking at the special teams, it is all Hobbs. 3 returns, 142 yards on punt returns, 1 touchdown. Should have had the second one as well.
Yeah.
But if you take the actual yards per return on punts, man, he's got him going.
He's a dangerous player. You got to think here that Rose is probably going to put this one out of the back of the end zone. It's going to be a touchback from the penalty. But
I don't know. If you want to do that, that's fine. They get the ball to 25.
Yeah.
If you squib this thing down in there, you can pin him inside the 20 in a pooch kick. So we'll see what's going to happen. Again, Rose-Hulman's going to kick this one off. And for Rose-Hulman again, Connor Whitesell, the freshman from Dallas, Texas, with the kickoff. And he does, kicks it right out.
Yeah.
And Franklin will take over when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
And again, Cora with the run up the middle. He'll pick up about 3 yards.
And guess who made that tackle right there? Roberts.
He's in a lot of stops, but his biggest play, of course, was the last series when he had the interception return for a touchdown. And that's one of those you just don't want to get that guy in a position where he can make plays because he just does.
The back end for Rose-Hulman has played great today. Blitzing, coverage, just fantastic play.
Inside, here comes
Cora
up the middle. And again, picking up yardage. He's short of the first down, but it'll be 3rd and 1 at the end of this one.
Yeah, I will tell you this. I really believe that Ross and Cora are going to be fantastic players in the future as they continue to develop for Franklin. They're going to be pretty dangerous down the road.
Change of the count. They're going to see what defense they're in. Don't be surprised if Rose-Hulman changes what front they are in as well. They're in that 3-4, and they're playing man under. So they're going to really stop them from doing anything. They're giving up the run. There's a first down.
Yep.
And they just literally gave it up because if you're going to run, the clock's going to run, and you're going to win the football game, and that's what they know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Rose has done a great job today disguising what they run, and a lot of times they will line up in that 3-man and then bump out to the 4 or vice versa, and I think it's really confused Franklin's offensive line. They've got some young guys up there and a young quarterback and running back, but playing hard still.
3 receivers, top of the screen for Franklin College. Looks to hand off. They do off the edge, and he's going to potentially lose yardage. He struggles back. He'll lose a yard. He'll bring up 2nd and 11.
And guess who made that play again? Roberts.
Roberts makes a play, and he says, hey, Coach, I need the break for the time into the ball game, number 37, and that's Braden McGowan.
Yeah, I think Roberts maybe got shooken up a little bit in the play. He's getting checked out by the trainer on the sideline right now.
3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Ross looks for the crosser. He's got it, and it is incomplete.
Just threw it behind him there, Coach. They've tried to hit that a few times, and every time it's just not there.
Well, the other thing is that time Rose-Hulman had guys in his face, so he's throwing the ball off his back foot because he's afraid to get hit right in the chops.
They're doing a great job of bringing pressure off the edges, and the D linemen, especially in that 3-man front, are doing a really good job of getting middle penetration against some big physical guys from Franklin. They probably outweigh him by 100 pounds, but they're pushing and forcing Ross to throw bad throws.
And here comes the blitz, all-out blitz. They brought them all, and he just chucked it up so he didn't get sacked.
Yeah, they brought 6 or 7 on that one, and were able to still double cover the wideout.
And with that will bring up another 4th down. This will be 4th and 11. They're not so likely to try to attempt some kind of a fake on this one, even though
they punt it away.
They'll have to punt this one, and guess who they're going to punt it to? And number 2, that's Daniel Hury, and number 4 is Jalen Hobbs. Hobbs is a deep guy. If it goes short, it'll go to Hury. It's been going long, and Hobbs has been returning them. 3 returns for 142 yards and a touchdown. Should have probably had the second one, and they didn't score. He gets another one.
Yep. And that one's going to be returned as well.
He's in the open field and makes one cut, makes another one. They're going to hem him in at the 20-yard line. He only picks up 7 yards, and we're saying boo-hoo, but what an outstanding day for Hobbs. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Rose-Hulman with the football.
There he is.
Roll out. There's the hitch. And he picks up 4 or 5 yards, and they'll give him 4 on this one.
Hury was open on the post right there, too. That could have been a big play.
Don't forget, they'll continue doing that. And Rose-Hulman just wants to move the ball and move the clock. Clock's running, 6:25 left to go here in the 3rd period. Griescock will lead on that inside run to Smith, and he'll pick up the first down. That's a hard run.
Yeah, that's a good run. That's probably, I think it's his longest run of the day, and that was a good physical downhill run, indicative of what they want to do with their backs.
Three receivers, top of the screen for Rose-Hulman. First unit still in. They lead 35-0 here in the third period. Showing blitz is Franklin College. They'll check and redo it again. Slowing it down. Looking for the inside. No, he kept it and ran up the middle. And Robertson with a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
They've not run him a lot today, obviously for good reason. Don't want your quarterback taking hits, but that was a great design run for the quarterback there. Picked up a few yards.
5:26 left to go in the third period. They'll hold out, and again, they're running the clock down now. Now it's not the hurry-up offense. It's milk the clock, run the football, control the football game. Got a man open on a quick hitter, and they get him up the seam, and it looks like he'll get the first down.
Yeah, I'd expect this to be a lot more of Smith the rest of the game here. Being a freshman, getting him some touches in a game that you've already got a commanding lead, and getting him some experience. I think they expect big things out of Smith here in the future.
Jay Smith is a freshman from Evansville, Indiana. Miguel Robertson, the quarterback, is a junior from Petaluma, California. Into the inside, and there's Smith off the edge. He makes a good cut, and just about got that one.
Yeah, that just shows you the difference between the running backs. Smith is a guy that's got a little more shiftiness, a little more lateral movement. Ruperta is your downhill, tough yard runner. So I think they've got a great 1-2 punch in both backs.
If they continue rotating him in, you're going to see a really rejuvenated backfield for Rose-Hulman. They've traditionally done that. They've traditionally run 2 or 3 guys. They also have a senior they've run this year who's about 5'5", and he's a bowling ball. He goes in there and he makes people miss. Inside, Smith, again, he's running and he's got nothing that time. He'll give him 2 yards maybe, and that's a hard run.
Yep. That stop was made again by Isaac Lawrence from Franklin. He's had several nice stops playing that 3 technique position for them.
He had a big one down at the goal line, actually two right in a
ones,
row. Yeah. Solid defensive play. Looking deep, he's got Ty Salou. He overthrew him. No, he didn't.
Wow.
I thought he was going to catch. I thought he overthrew him. How fast is he?
He's fast. Yeah.
I thought he was overthrown.
I think he did overthrow him, and Salou turned on the jets and caught up to the ball almost. So that just went right through his fingertips. So that, and that again, you've lulled him to sleep with the run, and then that was wide open. Now it looks like they're going to punt here, Coach.
And that's not bad. They'll pin him and keep the field position, which is not a bad thing for Rose-Hulman.
They've eaten up the clock here in the third quarter and down to 3:21 left. So done a fantastic job of just taking away Franklin's opportunities.
Franklin showing the all-out rush.
Yeah, there it looks like nope.
They brought him off the edge. Almost got it. It's a block punt. And Franklin College with their biggest play of the game. They get a punt block, and we'll have the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness. Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland. Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Franklin College with a completion off the edge. They'll pick up 12 yards. Nice throw and completion that time with the wide receiver. I believe it's Colby West with that. No, it's 28.
Hunter Hatfield.
Is it Hatfield? Yes, it is.
Hatfield. They've got Jennings in the backfield.
And Hatfield. Off the edge. They're going to hand it inside to Jennings. He's going to pick up about 6 yards.
Good.
They're going to say
run.
5. Yep. And again, you've got to find out, as you said earlier and off the air, you got to find out who you are in big games like this. And They can run the football. It's just they've had a very difficult time throwing the little short passes, which is a majority of their offense, and they haven't been able to do it very well.
Yeah, and they've got themselves in some trouble a few times with penalties or miscues on driving it down the field. There's Jennings again with a nice hard run up the middle. So I think the future is pretty bright for Franklin College. Jennings is just a sophomore as well, so you've got a 1-2 punch with Cora and Jennings for the next few years with those big physical linemen. So be interesting to see how Franklin continues to develop.
Matt Neely was one of the lead blockers playing the H-back tight end position on that, a sophomore as well. And you're seeing some youth, but also they have a few seniors in there that are really pretty solid leaders, especially in the offensive line. Three of those guys are seniors. There's a big stick in the backfield. It'll cause a 4th down. It'll be 4th and 2 for Franklin College. Ball at the 31, and they need to get to the 29.
That was number 34 for the stop for the Engineers.
And 34, senior defensive lineman Peyton Grinowitz from West Chicago, Illinois. 4th down. Franklin College in Rose-Hulman territory. They're going to hand it again. They're running that counter play all the time. I don't know if he made it.
I think he's short, Coach. I don't think he got it. Yeah, they're marking him short. He's going to be about a yard short, so Rose-Hulman will take over the ball and downs.
They'll measure this one, I'm sure. Nope, they won't.
Yeah,
it is short. Rose-Hulman with the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
He's got hammered.
Yep.
Inside run, and I'll tell you what, we were isolating on the inside, and right there, 93 for Franklin College. Isaac Lawrence just ate up the offensive line for Rose-Hulman.
I think Owen Ogle, number 90, was in there on that play as well. Those two guys have had some good play in this second half. Tough to block on the run game.
They'll hold up and get this one set. Ruperta back in the ball game for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, it looks like they're splitting these guys series now. Ruperta, I've been really impressed with his downhill running and second effort runs.
They'll give to Ruperta up the middle, and he's going to drive some more. He's going to pick up about 4 yards and be hemmed in there. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and I think in fairness there, Ruperta was probably stopped for a 1-yard gain and just drove himself forward for the additional 2 yards on the pickup there. So be interesting to see what they do with a 3rd down and 8 here.
3rd down and 8 when we return for the 4th period. Rose-Hulman with a 35-0 lead.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
They're good. Welcome back. Rose-Hulman with the lead and the football as we start the 4th period of play. It's 3rd and 7. Robertson, play action. He'll throw it. Got a crosser down the middle.
Oh.
A little bit too high. It'll be 4th down, then Rose-Hulman will punt the football. opportunities. I was kind of surprised he didn't look deep down the sideline, too. He's got opportunities down there as well, and they like the crossing routes.
I thought maybe we'd see that hitch again at stick level at the first down marker, but they took a shot there and just was a little overthrown.
So Rose-Hulman will punt the football.
Looks like they're bringing everybody again, Coach.
They blocked one. Franklin College blocked the last one. 8-man, and it's tough. And they actually bring a guy off the edge, and there he comes.
Close.
Punt. They've got a chance to return one up the sideline, and he's out of bounds. That's a nice play. And Franklin College will have the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1, you are.
Takes the wheel route, and it's just a little bit short on that one, but if it was on, the Rose-Hulman defender, in this case, Ryan Schmidt, the senior defensive back from Katy, Texas, had a beat on it, would have been picked.
Yeah, he's got a pick earlier today, so like I said, that coverage in the back end has been great for Rose-Hulman all afternoon.
Scored a pass along the soccer team. It's Rose-Hulman and Transylvania tied at 1-1 with just a few minutes left to go in regulation. Looking on the inside. No, they throw it down the middle, and it almost picked off.
Almost.
I thought that was a tip drill right there.
That was almost picked off twice, and again with that slant route, it's just thrown a little high. Each time they've ran that slant, it's the receivers have to go up in the air to get it, and that's just opening up their body for hits and then obviously picks. So they've got to get that timing down a little bit better on that.
And we're told Rutgers beat IU this afternoon, 24-17. Double blitz. Here comes Roberts up the middle, and here comes Ross, and he is sacked.
Yep.
That'll be a yard loss. They'll give him credit for the actual sack.
That was Bowen there on the sack, number 5. He's been all over the field today.
And I'll tell you what, his pictures on Kaiser Bowen's pictures on the front of the program today, and he probably deserves it. He's leading the team in tackles and with that sack. And I don't know if they'll actually give him the sack. They're showing it didn't move
line
much.
to gain, but it was a great play. Roberts had him on a beat on him, and he stepped in the pocket, and Bowen was right there.
You going to kick this one out of bounds? We'll see. Are they
Oh,
going to dropped it.
It's blocked.
Blocked punt for Rose-Hulman. Picked up and out of bounds. The ball at the 33-yard line. Rose-Hulman will have it when they return on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
So,
and Rose-Hulman with the football, 1st and 10 at the 33. Play action. Roberts looking deep, got a man down the field. He's got aim.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
What a play. What a ball.
Stuck it in there, and who else but Jalen Hobbs? Probably the best ball game he's played in his career here. Another touchdown.
Coach, how many touchdowns is that for him today? 4? Man almighty. Like he's all over the place.
Well, that one, if you're looking at this, Hobbs receiving 3 touchdowns. He also has the punt return for a touchdown and should have had another one. He got tackled at the 2. And Rose-Hulman is on fire with Jalen Hobbs doing the damage. Kick is up, and it's good, and the score 42-0, Rose-Hulman, 13:47 left to go in the ball game.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, They eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Attempts.
Robertson, 19 for 26. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 19 for 26, 233 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, fantastic game. You know, and Hobbs has made those great catches, but those footballs have been on the money all day.
So Hobbs with 2 long pass completions, and the reason why is because he just runs by people.
Yeah, he's got a gear that most people don't have in Division III football, so very impressive. I got to say, you know, I've been impressed with Rose-Hulman today. I think they're the team to beat in the conference, so hopefully they can keep things moving in the right direction. And if you're Franklin, you're trying to bounce back and fix things that went wrong and fine-tune what you do and find your identity.
And Connor Whitesell teeing it up, and he's had a good day kicking the ball pretty deep for Rose-Hulman. At least 1 touchback for him.
Yeah, and the coverage behind him, these guys are flying down the field. I mean, you look at these guys, they're swarming to the ball.
At the goal line, he's going to bring it out. First guy had a chance at about the 15. That's the best return they've had. It gets up to the 29, and that's where Franklin will have the football on return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Inside run and just swallowed up.
That is a new back in for Franklin. Number 29, Cameron Johnson, a senior, 5'9", 187 on the carry. Nice looking kid, big, physical. No gain on the play, though.
2nd and 10. And when you're saying that the counter play they ran that time was knifed from the backside.
Yeah. Just lights out play from the Rose-Hulman defense today.
13 minutes left to go in the ball game. Inside, no, they throw it, they give it outside, and nice turn up the field. He'll pick up about 8 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Johnson again. He's coming out now, though.
And he doesn't look very good on that one.
Yeah, I think he got shooken up on the play. They're looking at him now. Jennings back in the backfield for him. They have Cora has not played. I'm guessing you're probably saving him, and at this point when you're down 42-0.
Well, and you're going to let somebody else have an opportunity to either run the football or catch it or do something else.
And develop your young guys up.
Ross back to pass. He'll throw the slant, gets this one inside, and he'll have the first down. No,
it's picked off.
Oh, my goodness.
Picked off.
Great defensive play. Number 1, Chaiku So. And he is just a tremendous athlete and a tremendous player. So with the pick. And there he is again.
Ringing the bell.
One of the best defensive backs in the conference for sure. And he has had an outstanding game. Chaiku So with the pick. And Rose-Hulman with the football. Ball to 46. And they'll rush out on this one as well. 42-0 the score, and we're in the 4th period. Several different players in, and you're going to see Lance Shelton, the senior running back. He's 5'4" from Kansas City, Missouri. He'll be the plow horse on this one, and you can watch him run. Here he is. Up the middle, squares his shoulder. He'll pick up a yard, and that's tough sledding as well.
Tackle there by Jacoby Shook, number 91 from Franklin, South Decatur high school player.
And, yeah, we both know that family since we have ties to South Decatur.
Yes, we do. I played high school football with his dad and his uncle, so.
And I coached one of them, which is his uncle. So we're right there with you. 2nd and 10, they're going to say. He didn't cross the line that point. It is interesting when you see the new technology on the far side.
Yeah. You got the digital down marker. I mean, it's definitely progressing for sure.
So 2nd and 10, Rose-Hulman with the football. Robertson is the back now, and we've seen him in multiple roles this year. Or excuse me, Shelton with the running back. Inside Shelton, he'll hump it up in there, and he's still going.
Yeah, that's man, you weren't kidding. He is small to the ground, but his feet keep churning, and he runs downhill very hard.
They get him a hole, he'll score. He has blazing speed. It's more quickness than it is speed. He can make people miss, cut on a dime. Really good athlete and a very outstanding young man. You know, we talk about Rose-Hulman football all the time, but these guys, over 90% of them are engineers in their major. They're very intelligent, nationally recruiting. 22 states this year are represented on Rose-Hulman's roster.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, you've got the ability to coach smart kids.
Screen, first down, Rose-Hulman, and nice play on the outside. Jacob Nanafabu, the senior from Columbus, Georgia, with the reception for it, first down.
Makes it a lot easier when you have very smart players to coach. You know, I mean, you can make adjustments on the fly, and I'm sure Coach Sokol enjoys having that type of player down there.
Well, it's not only that, but there are a bunch of seniors, not a lot, but there are several seniors who are not quote-unquote starters. They play special teams. They come in, their backup roles. They play. They enjoy the game. They enjoy what's going on. They've had a great collegiate atmosphere here at Rose-Hulman, and you can see with those kind of guys in a backfield and in the background, then you get this kind of effort when you're ahead 42-0. You see guys playing and giving everything they have.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. That's just I think it speaks volumes about what they've built here over the last 12 years with the football culture. In Division III football, a lot of times you have coaches that are there for 1 or 2 years and are moving on, but I think the consistency of the program has really helped Rose-Hulman continue to climb up and be conference champions and help maintain that kind of effort out of their players and their coaching staff.
Slowing the clock down. That's what Rose-Hulman is doing right now. 42-0 is the score. 9:20 left to go here in the ball game. They're going to get set up. Snap the ball, and there he goes again.
Oh, turf monster.
That's what coaches are calling that one. If you didn't know, folks, it is called the turf monster.
Grabbed him,
or the sniper. They call it either one.
I think he got excited there. He had one guy to beat and went to go juke and caught his foot on the turf. But good run.
First down, Rose-Hulman. Ball at the 22, and the clock keeps moving. Again, Lance Shelton he'd be probably a starting running back almost everywhere else in the league.
Yeah, he's very good. They've got some great players down here for Rose-Hulman.
Robertson takes it, hands it off again. Shelton up the middle, picks up several yards and pushed forward. He'll pick up 4.
Second effort there by the line, really pushing the pile. Got another yard or 2 out of that. So good job.
Second down. They continue to churn, and they continue to move the clock. And on a beautiful afternoon here, fall afternoon, that you can't ask for a more picturesque background than what you see in the trees right now. The foliage
beautiful.
Is just gorgeous today.
Yeah, clear skies and a great fall afternoon. You couldn't ask for anything better than this. So weather's nice. It's not cold, and
Shelton in the backfield. They'll hand it off again. He goes to the outside, makes one man miss, and picks up about 4 more.
Yeah, it's going to be third down and about 3 there, but that was a great run again. But if I'm looking at him and look at his legs are huge. They're bigger than most people's waist. I mean, he just keeps churning down there. So.
And they're using the entire play clock to keep things moving and rolling.
Yeah, it's a good job of clock management. Also, you've got the lead. You're winning 42-0. You're doing it in a class manner too. So, good job by Rose-Hulman. Getting a lot of guys involved on offense here now too as well.
And Shelton, third string running back right now is what you can say, and he's carrying the football. They're looking at it inside. They throw the quick screen to the edge and down inside. That's a first down for Rose-Hulman. It'll be first and goal from about the 8-yard line. Hobbs again with that catch on the outside.
And Shelton's looking over the sideline.
Fabu. Excuse me. It was Fabu with the catch. And they'll have it at the 9. First and goal.
Shelton was looking over the sideline, looking at the coach, telling him to feed him the ball. I saw that, so we'll see what happens here.
Well, sure he wants to. He's a senior. He's going to score. Everybody's enjoying things. Fabu, also a senior. So they're feeding the two seniors that don't get a lot of playing time, feeding them the ball.
And I think that's great, too, because those guys are working at practice and putting in the hours. So it's nice to see those guys getting some reward here. There he goes.
Ooh, he gets stuck there in the backfield. He'll lose a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 10. 6:10 left to go in the ball game as this one continues to roll.
Looked like that was number 17, Bo Hess on the tackle, Martinsville, Indiana. Coached his older sibling there when I was teaching at Martinsville in track and field, Olivia.
3 receivers, bottom of the screen. Robertson takes
Blitz
the snap.
coming.
Here it comes.
There
Hitch.
he is.
Over the edge. Tice Salou gets it down to the 4.
Yep. Boy, that hitch has been deadly for them all day.
They just know that with the speed and the athletic ability, they have the ability to get by somebody, so they back off, and Rose-Hulman's just taking advantage of what they're doing.
83 yards for Salou today, 89 yards today for Salou, 8 catches. So a lot of those have been off of that hitch on the outside. So great job, 11.1 a catch. So good day at the office for Ty Salou.
Ruperta in the ball game. He's had a good day, and here comes the Wildcat.
The Wildcat. They're going to try to get it in here on a run. There he
Griescock,
goes.
And there he goes. Powers.
He's in.
Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, it's good to see Griescock get that touchdown. He's been doing a great job lead blocking for some of these backs all day. Has not been involved in the passing game very much, but good reward there at the end of the game for him to pound that in for his effort blocking today.
Rose-Hulman leads 48-0. And again, just the consistency of moving the football. They play hard the entire time. They haven't stopped. And in to attempt the extra point, Kyle Reberg. And that kick is up and good. 49-0. Rose-Hulman with the lead, and we'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And with that, we want to thank our camera operators for today's game, and Kanan Harper, Nathan Brown, and Brevin Harper. Our video technician is Keith Lawson. We're directed and produced by Tony Harper. And again, we really appreciate you watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network, and we enjoy coming to Terre Haute and doing these ball games as well. 49-0 Rose-Hulman with the lead over Franklin. 4:51 left to go in the ball game as Whitesell kicks this one off. It'll land at the inside and rolls down. He'll be good just to let that one in the end zone and a touchback, and that's where Franklin College will take over.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart play right there. Kind of away from a little bit. Sometimes you misjudge where it's going to go on an awkward kick, but good job letting it roll back in for the touchback on that.
So Franklin College will bring their guys out as well, and you're seeing a lot more substitutes starting to come into the ball game for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, I still see some guys out there for Franklin, and they're still competing. So, like I said, they got some young guys out there that are going to be pretty good down the road.
Inside run, and he's swallowed up for no gain. We'll try to get you some numbers and who's actually carrying the football.
Yeah, Derek Thompson, number 6 for Franklin, they're in at running back. Junior, 6'2", 180.
So again, Thompson, that would be his first carry of the afternoon.
And Blake Shear, number 4, in at quarterback, the junior.
So Franklin allowing players to play. Again, good run up the middle, pick up about 4 yards.
And there's a little scuffle after the play there. That's a good block. Number 69 for Franklin there just really drove his man about 10 yards downfield, and they kind of got into it after the play a little bit. But good block by Franklin.
3rd and 7. Again, as the clock continues to run down, 3:50 left to go in the ball game. And again, H-back on the left side. Looking to throw. Here's his first pass. He's got it out there, and it
dropped.
Had a chance. Again, pretty good defensive play that time by number 6, Ryan Schmidt, the senior from Katy, Texas, with the pass defense on that one.
Yeah, he has done a great job all day in coverage. He's got the pick early and several key breakups because that could have very well been caught for a first down, and he was there to break it up.
And back to receive the punt is Jalen Hobbs. Hobbs and Hury are both the deep guys for Rose-Hulman.
Very dangerous players. They do kick it right to him. And good coverage by Franklin there. They were right down on that one, number 10.
And they're listing that one as an actual fumble, but he got his own return. And we'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones.
They get it back.
Inside run, new quarterback for Rose-Hulman, and they'll hand the football off. He'll gain about a yard on that one. We'll see if we can get
number 12, Rick Easterwood, in for the Fighting Engineers now, quarterback.
And Easterwood's played quarterback as well in a starting role in game number 2 and played pretty well.
It looks like we got some backup receivers in there as well now, too, so nice to see some of these other guys getting in the game and being able to contribute.
3 minutes left to go in the ball game. Second, and they say 10, didn't get the exact 1 yard on it. So the second team in for Rose-Hulman. Hand off to Lance, and he's got the edge. He moves around the outside. He's going to get down, and he's got the first down. So first down, Rose-Hulman. And so the clock runs. It'll be down under 2 minutes to go when Rose-Hulman snaps this one. 1st and 10, ball to 50-yard line.
That's a nice run there by Shelton. He's now nine carries for 21 yards.
And when we look at leaders in this one for Rose-Hulman defensively, again, Bowen with 11 stops today.
Mm-hmm. He was all over the field today.
And a nice run in there again by Lance Shelton.
Minute 45 left, Coach.
49-0, Rose-Hulman with a commanding lead, and the second team in for both of these teams. And as we look forward in what's going to go on for Rose-Hulman, they will entertain Defiance this next week. We'll have that ball game for you. For the Grizzlies of Franklin College, they will travel to Manchester and take on the Manchester ball club that's really struggled at a certain point this year as well. 1:14 left to go. Shelton with the cut on the inside. Doesn't have much to run, but picks up another 3 yards. 3rd down and 8. They need a first down to move the clock to where they really would like it, but it's going to be rather short here.
Yeah, you're going to have to get a first down to run it out, I think. So.
Well, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Nope,
look like
not now.
We're going to be fine.
Yep. So
they're waiting on this one. They'll move the football or take a knee, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Again, 38 seconds left to go in this one.
Yeah, very, very impressed today by all three phases of Rose-Hulman's game. Special teams were dominant, defense obviously, and then offense here.
Shelton turns the corner. He's close to a first down.
He'll
have the first down
and more.
yardage.
He fought a couple more yards there and got it 3 or 4 more.
And that should be the ball game as Rose-Hulman is lining up on this one. Again, Rose-Hulman will entertain Defiance. We'll have that ball game for you on the air. Same time, 1:30 start. We'll be on the air at about 1:15 next Saturday afternoon. And a beautiful day here we had watching Rose-Hulman win this football game and maintain their lead in the HCAC. They were picked to win the conference title, and right now they're showing that they can do it. Defiance coming in, and then it's at Hanover and at Mount St. Joe. And those last 2 ball games for sure are 2 of the better ball clubs in the conference. And with that, Rose-Hulman still tracks their own destiny. They can do whatever they want to this way. And as we watch Rose-Hulman go through the line, again, I'm going to say, Travis, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Being able to watch this ball game and do this ball game with you has been a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. It was a great time. Thanks for having me.
Well, a lot of fun. And again, we get to see each other in multiple different ways. Rose-Hulman will end up coming over here, and as usual, we'll show you Rose-Hulman singing their fight song right at the end of the ball game, which they always do. The captain's up on the bleachers, and they'll get prepared for this one as Rose-Hulman maintains their lead, undefeated in conference play this year, and 4-0 right now. When you say they've defeated Anderson, Manchester, Bluffton, and now Franklin. They have Defiance, Hanover, and Mount St. Joe yet to go. Couple tough games coming up for the Fighting Engineers, but again, they have the opportunity to control their own destiny and have that chance for a return visit to the Division III National Playoffs. The captains are up on the bench, and they're ready to lead them in the fight song. And again, at tradition at Rose-Hulman, they make sure everybody has an opportunity to do things that are not only fun and exciting, but these guys love this university and what's going on. And it may be the fastest rendition you're going to see.
Yeah, dominant performance today by Rose-Hulman. So like you said, they control their own destiny, and they have some tough games on the road to play with some tougher HCAC opponents. So interesting to see how that plays out. But if they play like they did today, they're going to put themselves in good position to get it done.
Rose-Hulman wins 49-0. We're glad you joined us. Make sure you return and watch next Saturday as Defiance comes to town. We'll have all that exciting action for you here on Indiana Sports Network. For my partner, Travis Nolting, I'm Herb King. We'll say so long. Rose-Hulman wins the ball game.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.